What if I told you that your six-figure salary might actually be the very thing quietly keeping you broke? Crazy, right? For most of us, hitting a high salary is like the ultimate American goal. We think it means success, total stability, and, true freedom. It's the whole reason we chase those expensive degrees, grind for stressful promotions, and put in those long, exhausting hours. But here's a massive reality check. Nearly a third of people earning over $250,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck. Let that sink in. Today, in this explainer, we're going to break down this totally hidden dynamic. We'll look at exactly why a high salary often creates a perfect, beautiful illusion of success while actually masking some super deep financial problems underneath.
Let's be real for a second. You did everything right. You went to the right school, put in the work, and strategically climbed that corporate ladder. And hey, you finally hit that massive 100K plus milestone. You're earning money you used to only dream about. And your day-to-day life, it completely reflects it. You're in a killer zip code, driving a car with those nice heated leather seats, and honestly, you probably don't even look at the price of organic avocados at the grocery store anymore. From the outside looking in, you have unequivocally made it. But behind closed doors, your savings accounts are telling a very different, kind of stagnant story. It's super confusing, right? Your investments just feel spotty, or maybe they're basically non-existent. So you're sitting there holding this massive paycheck, still waiting for that magical moment when your money actually feels secure.
So why exactly does it feel like you're broke? Despite this incredible income, true financial security feels like it's a million miles away. It's an incredibly relatable scenario, actually, and it creates a huge amount of internal tension. Now, obviously, you aren't literally bankrupt, but you are experiencing this really profound anxiety. It's the realization that your massive paycheck isn't the impenetrable shield you thought it was. You get this creeping realization that if the paychecks were to just suddenly stop tomorrow, the entire lifestyle you've built would come crashing down almost immediately. And guys, that is not freedom, that's high-functioning dependence. Figuring out why this happens is exactly what we're unpacking today.
Okay, so here's the uncomfortable truth. A high salary often creates this really seamless illusion of progress. You think you're out there building wealth, but in reality, you're actually just quietly locking yourself into maintaining an increasingly expensive lifestyle. It's like you're running on a gold-plated hamster wheel. You aren't building actual wealth. You're literally just servicing the overhead of your own life. Because think about it, wealth isn't measured by the money that simply flows into your checking account on the 1st and 15th of the month. True wealth is measured by what actually stays there, what grows, and what keeps working for you when you are fast asleep.
So let's dive into section 1, the hidden wealth killers.
First up, we've got a huge one, lifestyle inflation. Basically, when your income goes up, your baseline expectations go right up with it. That super reliable old Toyota suddenly turns into a leased BMW. Getting takeout once in a while morphs into nightly DoorDash deliveries. And that perfectly fine, slightly better apartment, it slowly turns into a massive mortgage. Now, individually, every single one of these upgrades feels totally justified. I mean, you worked incredibly hard for them. But here is the massive catch. Collectively, they completely obliterate your financial margin. Your new normal just becomes way, way more expensive. Over time, your fixed expenses grow to perfectly match your high income. And without that extra buffer, it becomes almost impossible to ever step backward. Which builds right into our second major issue, relying entirely on active income. Sure, a huge salary feels incredibly stable. It gives you confidence, you know exactly what's coming in, but it also creates a terrifying level of extreme fragility. Think about your mortgage, your car payments, your daily expenses. They are all completely tied to one single point of failure, you physically showing up to work. If that active income stops, literally everything else is on the chopping block. True financial security, on the flip side, is built on assets. We're talking investments and systems that generate returns independently, without needing your constant daily hustle. High earners actually have so much to lose and shockingly little margin for disruption simply because they are way over-leveraged on their own active time.
And that leads us directly to time scarcity. Look, high-paying jobs don't just casually ask for your skills. They ruthlessly demand your time, your energy, and your absolute undivided mental focus. Generally speaking, the higher the salary, the more intense the corporate expectations. So you're grinding out these 60-hour weeks, and by Friday night, you have absolutely zero mental bandwidth left to go research real estate markets or compare index funds. It's a really cool irony. Your career is literally eating up the exact resource you desperately need to actually build wealth, your time. Yes, you're absolutely earning more, but your wealth building gets permanently put on the back burner because you're leaving yourself absolutely nothing in the tank to build outside of your day job.
Okay, so say you do grind harder and you finally get that massive bonus. Well, now you run headfirst into something called tax gravity.
As your earned income goes up, a massive chunk of every single additional dollar gets instantly swallowed by higher tax brackets. You are effectively playing the hardest game possible here. Your gross income probably looks incredible on paper, but your net gain, the actual, tangible capital you can use to build your future, is a lot smaller than you think. If you're focusing 100% of your energy on just getting a higher salary, you are fighting serious diminishing returns. Meanwhile, the true wealth builders are out there leveraging tax-efficient vehicles like long-term capital gains or real estate investments.
Then, of course, we have the status spending trap. Oh boy, whether it's the unspoken expectations at the office or sheer neighborhood peer pressure, simply looking successful is brutally expensive. Where you live, what you drive, those premium curated vacations you take, it is all acting as a signal of your status. You end up blowing cash on things you might not even care about, just to signal your success to people you barely even tolerate. It's wild. And hey, even if you don't consciously think of yourself as someone who cares about status, your environment heavily influences your decisions. It feels amazing for a fleeting moment, but let's be honest, it builds absolutely zero long-term security.
Moving right along to Section 2, the urgency paradox. Consider this quote for a second. The more you earn, the easier it becomes to stay stuck. This is the crazy narrative twist that most high earners literally never see coming. When you can easily pay all your bills without breaking a sweat, you totally lose the urgency to optimize your finances. You aren't lying awake worried about keeping the lights on. You aren't forced to budget every single penny. You are just completely comfortable. And that profound, cozy sense of comfort, it absolutely destroys your motivation to take action. You tell yourself, oh, I'll invest later, I have plenty of time. You naturally assume you're doing well simply because you're earning well, but in reality, you are unknowingly standing completely still.
Delaying action is catastrophic. In the game of wealth, time matters infinitely more than the size of your paycheck. Seriously, a moderate earner who starts investing consistently in their 20s will mathematically destroy a six-figure earner who waits until their 40s to finally feel ready. Delaying your financial optimization just because your current salary makes you feel comfy is a massive compounding mistake. Every single year you wait, you are bleeding out your absolute greatest advantage. Time amplifies everything in investing, and unfortunately, you simply can't buy it back no matter how high your salary gets.
So what do we do about it? Let's look at Section 3, redefining financial success.
All right, here is your concrete 4-step blueprint to break out of the trap. Step 1, expand your margin. Just because you can technically afford an expensive habit definitely does not mean you should. You have to create real, tangible distance between your income and your fixed lifestyle costs. Step 2, build independent assets. You need to forcefully shift your focus away from just earning and start actually building. Step 3, buy back your time. Do this by creating alternative income streams that totally don't rely on your daily 9-to-5 grind. And finally, Step 4, act early. Use your high salary right now as a shovel to dig a foundation for your wealth instead of treating it like the finish line.
I want to leave you with a kind of brutal but absolutely necessary question. Are you actively building freedom, or are you unintentionally financing a lifestyle that just keeps you dependent? Because the greatest risk isn't actually earning too little, it's earning just enough to feel comfortable while your financial future stands perfectly still. Start using your income as the powerful tool it was always meant to be. If this explainer changed how you view your salary today, make sure to subscribe for more insights on transforming your income into true, lasting financial independence. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.